You found it. The house, the porch facing the water, the floors creak with that 19th century history you've been dreaming about. And your kids have already physically fought over who gets the bedroom with the ocean view. Then, boom, you discover a surprise 2% tax you didn't budget for. The septic situation requires a serious conversation you didn't prepare to have, and you cannot build that dream pool because of some zoning regulations you had no idea about. Welcome to Marta's Vineyard. I'm Katya, a real estate advisor here on the island. Today I'm giving you unfiltered reality of what your excitement was trying to make you to skip. Not to ruin your island dream, but to save your wallet. Because Marta's Vineyard is a paradise, but it plays by its own rules, what you need to know. Because if you don't know them, the paradise gets very expensive and very fast. Let's dive in. First thing that surprises almost everyone, Marta's Vineyard is not one place. It's really 6 different places on one island, 6 different towns with very different rules and very different vibe. Each of these towns set their own tax rate. The difference between the cheapest and the most expensive? 3 times. Not a rounding error. Here's 2026 per $1,000 of assessed value. Chilmark has the lowest taxes on the island. It's $2.28. Then Edgartown at $2.48. Not a big difference yet. Then Oak Bluffs, $4.99. West Tisbury, $5.21. Aquina, $6.87. And Vineyard Haven at $7.42. So we started from Chilmark at $2.28 and finished in Vineyard Haven at $7.42. Quite a difference, don't you think so? Vineyard Haven has the main ferry, year-round infrastructure, full municipal services, and you fund that through taxes. Here's the island math. Towns with the lowest tax rates tends to have the highest property values. You kind of pay more upfront, but less every year. You just need to know about that so you can plan what property in what town is better to fall in love with. Now the one that slaps mainland buyers hardest, and it has nothing to do with taxes. We have no bridge. Everything that comes to this island, your tiles, your sub-zero fridge, your new sofa, sometimes the contractor installing it, arrives on a ferry. And in summer, getting a vehicle reservation on that ferry is quite harder than front row tickets to Taylor Swift. What does this mean for your renovation? Add 20-30% to any mainland budget immediately and let go of your relationship with the timelines. It's gonna save you so much. It's gonna make you feel relaxed and actually enjoy the process. That Italian tile you ordered, it may just enjoying the view from Woods Hole Terminal right now. It'll get here when the ferry says it'll get here. Just so you know, building relationship here locally on the island is more important than anything. Treat your local contractors like royalty. It's gonna really help you. Next, and this one is really important to know before the closing table. When you buy on the Vineyard, you pay 2% land bank fee. On a $2 million home, it's $40,000 at closing, in addition to everything else. Where does it go? Conservation. It's actually a really nice fee. The land bank has permanently protected over 7% of the island. The trails, the open fields, everything what made you want to buy here and make you want to be here. And it protects your property value. So it's a really good thing. It will still make your left eye twitch if nobody warned you about that. First-time buyers may qualify for an exemption. Just ask in advance. But better just budget for the full 2% regardless. Now let's talk about the septic. Almost every property on the island runs on a private septic. And by law, it must pass a Title V inspection to sell. And if it fails, and some of them do, you're looking at a replacement that can easily run from $30,000 to $80,000, depending on the property and the location. Properties near coastal ponds or certain-sensitive areas may need an upgraded nitrogen system. Your inspector and the Board of Health will tell you if that applies. But better to find it out before you fall in love with the area. It's doable, you just need to know about that. Now let's talk about the pools. It's a beautiful conversation to have, and we all have that dream pool in our mind. I'll just buy the place and put that beautiful heated pool next spring. Hold your horses. Every town has own strict zoning laws regarding setbacks, lot coverage, and groundwater. But here's the kicker: in certain areas of the island, you legally are not allowed to build a pool until you've owned the property for at least 2 years. Yes, really. The island moves on its own pace, and so do the building permits. Before you buy a house based on what you plan to add to it, we need to check if the town actually will let you build it. The rule is simple. Before you buy, you just verify. That conversation takes minutes and saves you years of frustration. Historic rules. And lots of people think it's just about downtown Edgartown. No, it's not. If a building is 100 years old or more, which is a significant portion of this island, any change to this exterior goes through the commission before it goes to the building department. Windows, paint color, roof line, a new porch, all of it. And honestly, that's why these towns look so beautiful. That's why we love this island, because these regulations can be annoying, let's be honest, but that protects. Those streets are extraordinary because someone are paying attention towards that over a century. We love the historic boards for protecting the soul of this place. And let's finish on a great news. Yes, the rules are unique. Yes, sometimes they're very complicated and sometimes they're very frustrating. July and August on Martha's Vineyard are unlike almost anywhere on the East Coast. A well-located property here can generate enough rental income in just 8 to 10 weeks to cover a significant amount of your annual carrying costs. People don't just come to the island to just visit. They come year after year after year, and then they stay and pay generously for the right home in the right location. But if the rental income is part of your financial plan, do one thing. Have a quick conversation with your realtor about the current rules in that specific area. Each town has slightly different rules, so better to know about that in advance. The big picture: people buy Martha's Vineyard because it's beautiful, because the community is unlike anywhere else, because it's unbelievably safe, because summers here are genuinely irreplaceable, and because the market here is historically stable in a way that gives you real confidence. You're not buying just a vacation home. You're building something that holds value, holds your family, and holds for generations. That's the real return on investment. None of these rules are meant to scare you off. I just want you to know the buyers who have the absolute best experience on Martha's Vineyard are the ones who walk into that with eyes wide open, ready for the septic, prepared for land bank, and smart about taxes. Because when you're sitting on that porch at sunset and enjoying, it's even more enjoyable when you know your investment is protected for generations and every single detail worth it. If you're looking to buy or build on the vineyard, email me, you will find all information below. Let's make sure you get your dream home without the nightmare. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and see you next week on the island.